In this video, we'll set up your workspace. That's basically the container for your entire Leadtime setup. Important to know, workspace settings serve as the default for everyone on the team, but each user can adjust their personal settings, for example, the language or the color scheme. First of all, what is a workspace anyway? A workspace is your digital work environment in Leadtime. Everything comes together here. Your projects, your team, your customers, your settings. You'll find the workspace settings here under Administration, Workspace Settings. That's your control center. Let's start with the general settings. Here you set the basic parameters. Default language. That's the default language for new users. Everyone can change it for themselves later. Country of operation, your company location. Important for legal matters. Time zone, your company's time zone, so all time information is accurate. And here's the brand color, your company color. This color will appear in various places in the application, for example, with internal projects or tickets. Simply enter a HEX code and the color adjusts. Down here you see more settings for working hours. These are details about time tracking, for example, whether employees need to actively clock in and out. For now, this isn't important yet. We'll look at this more closely later. Moving on to appearance. This is about your workspace design. You can choose from different color schemes: default, black, red, pink, blue, and so on. Look, the color scheme changes immediately. Just pick what you like best. And here you can upload your own logos. A logo for light mode. This appears up here on the left in the navigation. And a logo for dark mode. This keeps your branding consistent no matter which theme someone uses. Best to use PNG with transparent background, ideally 1000 by 260 pixels. Now to the documents. Here you determine how all documents look that Leadtime creates for you. First, the font. You have various options: Inter, Roboto, Open Sans, and so on. Each font has its own character. Inter is modern and neutral. Roboto is clear and geometric. EB Garamond is elegant. Here you can upload a logo for documents that will then appear on quotes, specifications, invoices. With this button you can download a test file to see how everything looks. And down here you can set whether documents should automatically get a cover page or table of contents. With heading style you determine how headings are numbered, for example with continuous numbering or with paragraph symbols for contracts. Moving on to VAT. Here you set which VAT rate applies in your workspace. You see the current periods here. For example, since August 2023, 19% applies. And when VAT changes, you can plan that in advance here. You simply enter the start date and the new percentage. From that date, Leadtime automatically calculates with the new tax rate. Practical, right? Quickly about custom symbols. Here you can upload your own icons, for example for specific teams, projects, or categories. Simply upload a PNG or SVG, assign a name, and you can use the icon everywhere in the system. And finally, the holidays. Here you set which holiday regulation applies to your company. You can choose from different regions: Germany, Austria, USA, and so on. Leadtime automatically gets the holidays from an official source, so you always know when your team is unavailable. If necessary, you can also manually adjust the holidays. For example, enter a company outing as an additional day off. So, those were the most important areas in the workspace settings. There are more topics here, for example about products, projects, the help desk. but we'll look at those later when we dive deeper into the system. For now, your workspace is already well set up. So that's it for the workspace settings. You've now set the basic parameters, set up your branding, and Leadtime already looks like your system. In the next video, we'll set up your company, so your employees, your teams, and the internal structures. That's the next important step.